Welcome back to Your Greatness Magnified Work Family Life. What happens when you are charting a good course, you are making progress, you're generally pretty happy about how things are going, and then all of a sudden, things start to fall apart? That diet that you were on, maybe you're not as consistent. You were making really good progress on your business plan and making arrangements, and then all of a sudden that Netflix weekend just seemed all too appealing. Did you know that the average Canadian watches about 30 hours a week of television? Yikes. And even if you're making good progress, but you're still feeling a bit stuck, maybe you're telling yourself, how can I never find enough time for the important things? All I'm suggesting is you take one of those precious hours and you use it to do any of these things. And I know it works because folks in my program, 52 Weeks of Greatness, Satisfaction, Clarity, and Direction in Work and Life, a virtual program that includes coaching, where they are really in action and moving towards very powerful goals, these are some of the things that have worked best for them. One of the things is to tie a knot. But if you know anything about tying a sailor's knot, knots are not always tight and locked. They can untie very quickly. In fact, it's very, very sophisticated. There's an art form to tying knots. How do you know what's the right knot to tie? Because there's a balance of it being loose enough that you can unravel it, examine your situation, and then there's also that balance of it being able to be tense enough that you can keep things together even when there's pressure. So that's one of the things that I suggest to you is when things are starting to fall apart, retie your knot. See what do you need securely in place and how much do you need to have a little bit of flexibility and give. The other thing I'm going to suggest to you is you need to learn how to steer. And steering for me is all about how do you say yes to the right things, things that fuel your cup, things that are moving along towards your dream, and how do you say no? How do you make sure that, in fact, if it's not moving you in the direction where you need to go, that you're able to say no in a respectful, diplomatic way, but you got to say no because nobody's going to say no for you. That's one of the fastest ways you can find that hour of your day. And the last thing is you need to have an emergency or contingency plan. Sometimes the things that sabotage us most are the fears that we have in our head. I've shared with you in other vlogs, one of my fears is having debt, and other people fear it's not having freedom. Whatever your thing is that hangs you up, it's going to show up even when you're successful. In fact, that's exactly when it's going to show up, because sabotage is when you are so close to breaking through your comfort zone, you have to sabotage yourself. Most of us do it. So, how do you make sure that you don't sabotage yourself? That you find a way to anticipate what you will do to sabotage yourself so that once you're there, you're able to find a way around it. I hope you find these suggestions so that, in fact, you don't find that you're stuck and that you can continue on your path. My name's Sarah McVanel. Please feel free to come back every week so that I can offer you more value so you're successful in work, family, and life. Be well and be great.